you really need to start having that abundance mindset and stop having a broke mindset. Don't quit and don't pivot too soon. And then lastly, have a long-term mindset with your real estate business, just like you would when you buy a rental property. And I can assure you, doing those 3 small minor adjustments to your mindset, quit acting like you're broke. You're not. Get out there, kick some ass, and I can assure you, you're going to do okay over the long term.
Welcome to the Collecting Keys Friday Focus.
Hey there. Welcome back to another episode of the Collecting Keys Friday Focus. If you're new here, these are the episodes where Mike or I spend a few minutes taking a deep dive on a specific topic that's relevant or something that's just top of mind for us in our business throughout the week. Today, I will be your host, Investor Man Dan. And for this episode, I want to talk about mindset. And I don't mean the soft, fluffy, go get 'em tiger motivational mindset stuff. Instead, I want to share 3 tactical approaches to your decision-making, minor mindset shifts you can make to help scale your business, to help scale your real estate investing career. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I've been hearing a lot of rumblings lately, talked to a lot of people as I do, and it seems to me that there's a lot of folks that are struggling when it comes to growing their business or making their next investment. And it's not because they don't have the tools, it's because mindset roadblocks that are keeping them from doing that. And I mean that by like people are approaching their decision making with a broke mindset, or they always look at things through the lens of loss. Like they have this fear of loss, or just like this gap in their decision making where there just is no sense of abundance. They think that the good old days are behind us and there's nothing else to go forward, or that one deal they got lucky on and nothing else will ever size up to that. And that's just not true. None of that's true. Those are just small roadblocks that we have built to protect ourselves in this space because, it is risky to be a real estate investor, but it's far less risky than a lot of things, okay? So let's jump into this. And I'll start with that first topic, the first small shift, the first challenge I see people making, and that is having a broke mindset when they are approaching their business or their investments as opposed to a mindset of abundance. A lot of people, they say stuff like, oh, I just need to cover my marketing expenses, or, oh, I can't afford $200 more. And it's like, no. You got the whole mindset wrong. You can't afford $200 or you don't want to spend $200. And why is it that you're not spending that money? And I'll give you an example. You have this is particular with high income earners for some reasons. Guy makes $150,000 a year with a very secure W-2, and they're complaining about, hiring a lead manager for $5 an hour, or adding a system that will help them scale their business that costs them like $200 a month. It's like, dude, you make $150,000 a year and you can't spend $200 more. Like, are you doing something wrong here? Is that what do you give your spouse a budget when you go to dinner because Dave Ramsey said that, eating out's bad? Like, we're real estate investors. We use leverage. We do all the things opposite of Dave Ramsey to really help grow and escalate and scale our business. And so what you need to really actually think about is think of it as an investment in you, an investment in your business, and recognize that by investing time, by investing money into your business, there's going to be more opportunity for you. There's an abundance of opportunity, in fact, for you, waiting for you to go and grab, as opposed to, well, I'm just spending $200, because you're not. It's not like you're going and buying a pair of Air Jordans for $200. I mean, that's arguably an investment, I guess, but it's a pair of shoes that are going to wear out. You're talking about investing in your business, which is an asset. And you know that because you invest in real estate and you recognize the value of an asset. Start approaching your business as an asset and recognize that by spending money, not all of it's going to be fruitful, but you have to continue to invest and spend money in your business to capture all that abundance of opportunity that's waiting for you to go grab. Okay, speaking of spending money and investing in your business, the second mindset shift, the second mistake I see people making is quitting or pivoting too soon when things get challenging, when things get hard. You have to instead be consistent and don't stop doing good things, even though it's challenging, even though it's not being fruitful. And what I mean by that is not that you should just keep doing things just because, like, hey, if I do this every day, if I show up and do these 5 things every day, I'm going to be a millionaire. That's not always the case. Sometimes one of those things you're doing is a waste, and you need to know when to pivot and adapt. But what I see from investors is they're doing it too soon. They do one batch of mail, cost them $1,500 and they didn't get a deal right away off it in the first month. They're like, oh, I'm done. I'm going to pivot to, I'm just only going to do texting because I can text so many more leads and for half the cost. And it's like, well, yes, but what quality of leads are you getting? I'm not saying you shouldn't text. We text. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't pivot away from that lead gen source so quickly. It does take time. Real estate isn't a get rich quick thing. It's, get rich after being consistent over a long period of time. Mike and I, we're an edge case, and I like to share the story because we spent $20,000 on marketing. And I said, invested $20,000 in marketing before we even got any income. And our first little wholesale pop was $7,500. It certainly did not cover our marketing costs. And we could have just said, we have this sunk cost bias or this fear of loss or whatever you want to throw in there. Hey, at least we recovered $7,500 of $20,000. It's less of a loss now. Let's just call it quits before we spend more money and make our losses bigger. That's just like the absolutely wrong mindset. That is anti-abundance mindset. Instead, we were consistent all the way up to that point, and we knew we were investing in our business, and we did that. And that was like 5 or 6 months later, and we were making minor adaptations to our business. And finally, at that point, we also recognized we needed to adapt our sales process and our sales systems, and we did that. And now that we had proven we can make money, and we had proven a way to do that, it was just off to the races for us. And we were ecstatic off of $7,500. Now we look at that, we're like, oh man, we better make at least that. But you have to be consistent, show up every day and do the right things over and over again. And don't pivot, don't quit so soon. Just because you spent $200 a month on that system in month 1 and it didn't help you doesn't mean that it won't help you in month 2 or 3. Show up every day and give it to the old college try without quitting or pivoting too soon. The third thing before I stop talking here is you have to have a long-term approach. And this goes hand in hand with not pivoting and being consistent. But you really do have to have a long-term approach. As I said earlier, real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-eventually scheme, which means that if you show up every day and you look at real estate and you look at your business in a long-term approach, you're going to gain wealth over a period of time. All too often, I see people think deal to deal or they think wholesale to wholesale. And they think, oh man, I just got to get another wholesale, then I can pay for more marketing. It's like, no, you need to pay for more marketing before that next wholesale deal, because that next wholesale deal is going to happen, right? It's that abundance mindset. It is going to happen. And I'm going to do 50 wholesale deals this year, or I'm going to acquire 12 flips this year. I want 10 doors this year. We always look at things through the lens of long-term vision when we're saying we're buying assets, right? Like, oh, I'm going to buy this duplex and I'm going to hold it for 7 or 10 years or 30 years, whatever your strategy is, right? It's easy for us to understand that. But when it comes to our business, we tend to not do that as much. Think of your business as an asset and invest in it as such and have a 3-year vision for your business. How many of you out there who are throwing mailers out there, maybe without a system yet, have a 3-year vision? Or are you just doing it deal to deal and you say, well, if I get one deal, then I'll pay for this batch of marketing. And then the next deal, or the next batch, maybe I'll get 2. Like, that's just not how it works, right? If you don't have that abundance mindset and that long-term mindset, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunity. And so I really would implore you, as you're starting your marketing business, as you're being an entrepreneur, as you're making wholesale deals and flips and all that, think of it. Give yourself 12 months, give yourself 36 months. Take that long-term approach, and I guarantee you, you will have so much more opportunity on the back end of it, as opposed to just 30 days, one batch of mail, one marketing run to the next marketing run. Anyhow, I will finish it up with that last point there. As a quick recap, you really need to start having that abundance mindset and stop having a broke mindset. Don't quit and don't pivot too soon. And then lastly, have a long-term mindset with your real estate business, just like you would when you buy a rental property. And I can assure you, doing those 3 small minor adjustments to your mindset, quit acting like you're broke. You're not. Get out there, kick some ass, and I can assure you, you're going to do okay over the long term. All right. If you guys want to hear more about this and what Mike and I do in our business, go to collectingkeyspodcast.com. Click on Become an Instant Investor and see what programs we have. We have several tiers of programs and opportunities for people to sign up and work directly with us. If you really like this content that we're creating, please, go give us a 5-star review if you haven't. And if you do give us a 5-star review, we're still giving out t-shirts to people. So just take a screenshot of that 5-star review and send it to me in a DM on Instagram at InvestormanDan, and I will make sure you get a t-shirt. We just need your address and your shirt size. So please, if you haven't given us a 5-star review, do that. We will get you a shirt. And if you like it, share this as well. Share this with all the people in the world. Let them know about this. That's what helps grow this podcast, what helps keep us creating content. So that's all I got. Thank you for listening. We will see you all next week.
Thanks for listening to this Collecting Keys Friday Focus. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts.